week 14, day 1. I'm a bit tired. I'm not even a mile in yet. I'm already breathing kind of heavy. Pace is slow. I got Taya with me today. I only have to do 50 miles today. I'm kind of relieved about that. Let's get back to focusing on this run. 4 miles in, and I'm doing good. Passing some places where bands are practicing, so trying to find a place to talk where it's not super loud, hard, between busy roads, band practices, things like that. 15 minutes left. I think we'll be ready for our 10K race. What do you think, Taya? My 50 minutes is done. I'm gonna have to run again here in just about 30 seconds. Where I was walking was really busy with traffic, and I knew you guys wouldn't be able to hear me, and it would be really distracting. I'm kind of laughing at myself because the time I normally wake up to beat the heat, it was so cold. It was like 52 degrees, and I was like, no way am I running in 52 degrees. So I was like, I'll sleep in. Anyways, that was my timer's time to run again for 2 minutes. Anyways, so I got myself up around, or out the door around 9 o'clock this morning, because that's the usual temperature that I run in. But I feel like it's getting hot really quickly because now I'm roasting. And I don't know what the temperature is because when my watch is in exercise mode, it doesn't show me the temperature outside. But I'm guessing about 72, 73. I should have just dealt with the cold. It's easier than dealing with the heat. I'm only running 2 times this week because it's super busy. That's okay. I'm running my 10K next week. There was no 10K races anywhere around here. They're all 5K races. So I'm just gonna do my own 10K race. My 10K, I'm just gonna map out my own route. And then I'm gonna start moving on to my half marathon training. Okay, that concludes my run training segment today. Now that I found a quiet place, who knew it would be so busy on the roads at 9 o'clock in the morning? I figured almost everybody would be at work. I'm only running 2 times this week. Today I'm running 50 minutes, and then my next run is gonna be an hour. For those who don't know, I homeschool my boys. The busy summer, we had company over. I had a bunch of sewing and crafting that I had to bust out. It's time for me to sit down, knuckle down, and get my class schedule finalized for school this year for my boys. It's been almost like Christmas in a way because all of their school books and school supplies have been showing up in the mail, and they're so excited. They want to start school right now, especially my youngest. I've got to really focus hard on that this week because I would like to have about a week and a half of a break to just kick my feet up and relax a little bit. I feel like I've been busy this whole summer and trying to get stuff done. And I would like at least a week and a half of summer. Anyways, I will see you guys for run day. Week 14, day 2. I was getting a bit of a side ache at the beginning. I felt really focused on breathing, deep breaths. I have an hour of running to do. I'm just listening to my music and going with the flow of it. I did a little bit more extensive of a warm up today because I feel like the last couple times my hip and stuff on my right leg has been hurting a little bit. I did some more like squats and side lunges and things like that, a little bit more than normal, and we'll see how that does. 2 miles in, still going strong, just focusing on my breath and putting one step in front of the other. I don't know how well you can tell, but it is up, uphill. And then I'm gonna turn and go more uphill. So it's like a steady uphill incline. I would say it's roughly 1.5 miles, 2 miles I'm running uphill right now. Powering through it, I'm still running. I haven't stopped. OMG, more uphill. What did I do to myself? I decided to torture myself today, I guess. Yowzers. If I can run this, I'll be amazed. I did it. I made it up that hill. Now I'm going downhill. I'm not letting myself speed. Taking the downhill nice and slow. Using it to catch my breath before the next uphill that I have, which is gonna be even bigger than this one. Steeper, but not as big of a distance. I still have like 26 minutes on my timer. As happy as I am that I ran up that hill, I still got a long ways to run. Also 3 miles in, so my 3 mile checkup. Whew. See you guys in the next mile. The next hill, you guys, this one's the big one. It's not as high of a distance. Once I get to that turn, I'll be downhill again. It's really steep. I did it, made it to the top of that hill. Now I'm going downhill again. I can't remember if I checked in at the 4 mile mark or not. So 4.5 miles in, still going. Woo woo. Okay, I managed to make it 5.5 miles in an hour. So I'm pretty proud of that because I did do a lot of uphills and I took those really slow, but I did run the whole time. So I'm proud of myself. I'll take that for a win. Now I'm gonna do this 8-minute walk. Time to run again. I'm gonna do 3 miles instead of the usual 2, just because I feel in the mood for it. I did 6 minutes instead of 3 minutes, just because my timer went off and I just felt like continuing to go. My legs do burn, but it's a good burn. I am in it 6.14 miles. I passed a 10K. I mean, granted, yes, it also involved my 8-minute walk, but 10K, guys, 10K. You know what? I'm loving it. I hope I'm gonna be ready for my 10K race and being able to run the whole thing. I haven't ran a full 10K like all the way yet. I've only managed to make it 5.5 miles. This is where I can see my method of running in time instead of mileage can hurt a little bit, especially when I start training for my half marathon stuff, because I'm running by time right now, and that time, especially seeing how I'm a slower runner, is only getting me to a 5.5 miles, not a 10K, right? I'm gonna finish my cool down walk, go home and drink my electrolytes. I'll see you guys for week 15. Week 15, day 1. I am doing an evening run today. And as I said before, me and evening runs definitely don't get along. But I was super tired this morning. And even though my alarm went off, I couldn't do it. I was so tired. So I went back to sleep. And my plan wasn't to run, but it was just eating away at me and eating away at me. And I'm like, no, my intensity after this week is gonna be picking up triple fold as I start training for a half marathon. I can't be slowing down or cutting back on this 10K. I need to keep going, keep pushing forward. This is race week. I'm only doing 40 minutes today. That's what my training calls for. I don't have Tate with me today. It's getting dark fast. But I was worried about the heat because it said it was still 83 degrees outside. It doesn't feel like 83, even though I am warm. But I was worried about her running in those temperatures. I started out with my pace kind of fast, but as you can hear, I'm really out of breath. I did some sprinting intervals. I gotta get back to this run. A little past halfway. I've got about 17 minutes left on my timer. I didn't go where I normally go completely because it's getting pretty dark. My walking path that I usually take in the mornings and things like that is looking a little ominous and a little bit scary at night. I don't think you guys can see me very well. So, oh my gosh, you guys can't see me. I'm gonna try something. Anyways, I would sprint for like 20 seconds and then I would slow my pace down and I would be able to then catch my breath even though I was still jogging. I didn't have to walk. And that was so nice. And then there was one point, I wouldn't say I was sprinting, but I was definitely running much faster than I normally do. Anyways, it's super dark. This is not gonna be a habit of mine. Next time I run, I'm definitely getting up. Yeah, when my alarm goes off, I'm not doing this again. And then I'm gonna be changing this whole vlog here to the start of my half marathon training because next week, everything changes. Just want to let you guys know that I did my 2 minutes and I sprinted the entire 2 minutes. I had to add that in here real quick. I did a lot of sprinting today. I'm feeling good. I have a little bit of heartburn, but that's just mainly because I'm normally used to running fasted and I ate dinner and stuff like that. I'll see you guys on my next run day. Week 15, day 2. I've got Taya with me today. It's only like 55 degrees out here. Anyways, I'll see you at my halfway mark. Halfway point, we're doing it. But her slow pace is killing me. Like, oh man, my legs are like on fire, which is making it hard for me to focus on my breathing, which is messing with my breathing. We got about 20 minutes left. We're on our 8-minute walk. I took a quick pause in the shade to give Taya some water. I really do enjoy running with her. She's my little buddy. I'll be running 4 days instead of just 3, but 3 of those runs are gonna be like slow and easy runs. And they want to integrate hills into a lot of them, and I'm already running a lot of hills, you know. When I do my 10K race, obviously I'm gonna have to keep an eye on my distance myself, and I want to make sure that I'm checking in with you guys at least every mile and a half, and letting you guys know how I'm doing, right? Like, I'm not gonna have any other racers with me to help keep me accountable. So I'm using the video and your guys' help to do that for me. People do races all the time, like actual races with people, like 10Ks, half marathons, and they walk some of it. So it's not like if I have to walk a minute or two, it's not like it's gonna be bad, right? Like, I want to keep myself out of that mindset. Yes, I have a personal goal. I would like to run the whole thing, but that's just a personal goal. And if that doesn't happen, then that doesn't happen. And I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna try either, right? It's not like I'm gonna go, oh well, you know, I'm not even gonna try. No, I'm gonna try. It is week 16, and guess what? I am starting my half marathon training today. This week is going to be interesting. I have a bunch of strength training and planks, increasing my running to 4 times a week. I'm not going to have as many rests between all of the strength training today. It only got me running 3 miles. I can do 3 miles. But I'm out of breath and kind of tired. I felt like after the 10K race I did, which you will be seeing a video for that one, I ran the whole thing, no walking. And I feel like I recovered really well. No pain, no side aches. Not even on my 2 days off. Like, I was feeling really great. But this is my first run since then. Only a mile to go. Oh, I'm feeling it today, you guys, so bad. My legs are so tired, they're like heavy. I had a side ache earlier, it went away, but it was a pretty bad one. It was more like a front ribby type ache. My running for today is done. I was only supposed to run 3 miles, but I figured I might as well finish it off as a 5K, right? It feels kind of weird after a couple weeks of running 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, to be dropping back down to only like doing basically 30 minutes because, you know, it's a 5K. And I feel like all of this training has really prepared me for this, because it is so true that, you know, you're going to have your on days and you're going to have your off days. And that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you or your training. You're not backpedaling or anything like that. It's just the way it is sometimes, you know. I ran that 10K race like it was nothing. It was fun. I felt like it was relatively easy. I had a couple times where, you know, I was like going up some pretty steep hills and I had to struggle, but like none of my struggling on that race felt like today. And it's just the way it is. I'm attributing some of today to that sun. It's being relentless right now, and I'm feeling it. We're on day 2 of half marathon training, week 16. Tay and I are about a mile in, taking it nice and easy. The first mile was really tough because yesterday's strength training, whew, yeah. I woke up this morning and I think every muscle in my body ached. I will admit I did a couple of strength trainings during my Couch to 5K and my 10K training, but I could count those on like one hand. So this is a new level for me. So I'm gonna stick with it and trust the process. People who run long distance, they always say, do some kind of strength training in there. And I wanna listen to that because they obviously have this knowledge for a reason, right? So I'm not gonna do anything super extensive in my strength training right now. I might slowly increase as I go, but right now, just a full body, easy 15-20 minute workout. Only a mile left to go and then we're done. My breath's actually doing really good at this slower pace. My legs hurt, but again, a lot of that's to do with yesterday's strength training. So yeah, but my breath is doing, yeah, this slow pace is pretty easy. So, I mean, it seems like I'm out of breath only because breathing and talking is hard for me to do. You know, just like some people can't pat their head and rub their stomachs at the same time. Seems like proper breathing and talking for me don't mesh. I ran my 5K distance. Again, they call for 3 miles, but you know what? Adding a 0.1 of a mile isn't gonna hurt anything. So I have new shoes coming in, and this time I went ahead and I did a full size up in size instead of just a half. So that's what I suggest you guys do if you're thinking about running. If you can find a pair of running shoes that have wide sizes, you could easily get away with just going up 1/2 size in a wide. I've been noticing some pain in the, honestly, I don't know what they call it, but it's like the ball of your foot right there, like connected to your big toe, right? But it's on the ball of your feet. That's been hurting. So it's time for new running shoes for sure. Also, my plan is to take Taya with me one time out of the week. It seems like my entire training plan to get me up to a half marathon is gonna have one day in every single week where I'm only gonna be running at pretty much a 5K. So on that day, I'll run with Taya. I want to keep her in relatively okay shape for when the 5K races come back up. We've kind of got a lull in the 5K races, but when they come back, she'll still be in shape to at least do a 5K. So that's the plan anyways. I just want to let you guys know that this is what I'm drinking currently for water. This is all I'm drinking right now. I'm horrible when it comes to water. I don't like water, but I'm trying to fix that. And right now I'm starting with one of these. Yes, I know that I need to be consuming a lot more because of all the running that I'm doing and the sweating. I am getting my electrolytes in. That's not a problem, but water is important too. Not as important as electrolytes, but it is important. I'm just letting you guys know I am trying to get better with my water because I'm horrible with it. About a mile in, we're on day 3 of the half marathon training. It's going good. I got 3 miles. No Taya today. Everything in my body hurts from the strength training and the fact that I've ran 3 days straight in a row with no break. That's kind of new too. I've only done that once. It's gonna take some getting used to. 2 miles in, I'm out of breath because I did some sprinting intervals. So only a mile about 1 to go, guys. Going to slow my pace down now and do some focusing on my breathing for this last mile. So, but I did do some sprinting. 5K done. Still a lot of breath. I gave myself like 30 seconds before talking so that I could catch my breath. Muscles started warming up probably 1.5 miles in to the run, and so then they ached a little less. However, when I got to my hill, as I like to call it, my muscles started firing back up, and so that was kind of painful. Oh, my muscles were on fire, but I did it. I got through it, powered through it. It's a strength training right now that's getting me. It's important. You got to do it, right? I mean, I love running. The strength training I'm not a fan of, so that's where I'm really gonna have to struggle and power through. I don't have to do any strength training today. I don't have to do planks or full body or anything today. I get to relax. Hey, here we are, day 4 of running. I got to rest yesterday, which made my foot feel better. I got out here and started running. It started hurting a little bit, which tells me I definitely need to rest, which is good because after this run, which I had to run 4 miles today, after this run, I have a couple days kind of off. One of the days I have to do some 60 minutes of cross training. I'm wearing my new shoes. Figured out to be okay. And so far I am. I'm doing okay. Okay, I'm at 3 miles. Only have 1 mile left to go. I'm definitely feeling nauseous. I did have coffee this morning, and you know what? That's a 50-50 shot. Sometimes it gives me extra energy and helps me power through my run super easy. Like I had coffee before my 10K race. I feel like it helped power me through. But today, it's having the opposite effect and just making me feel sick. So it's a 50-50 shot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Today it's not. I'm trying to breathe through it. Still got 1 mile to go. I did it 4 miles, but I am like yak in a bush sick right now, guys. Oh, that coffee was a bad idea, but you just never know. The nauseas went down a little bit, but for that first mile after I was done with my 4 miles, it was touch and go. There was a couple times I thought I was gonna end up getting on here to tell you guys that I threw up in a bush. I mean, it was close. It was like stomach super tight, the vomit pressure in the throat kind of close. Coffee was just not a good idea today. I'm not sick. You know, I'm not coming down with anything. It's one of those times where you just got to remember your training and everything you've been through and what you understand about running, because I feel like this entire week has been hard. Granted, again, I know I've had strength training and planks and a sore foot, but like legit, this whole week has just felt hard, like an uphill battle. And after running the 10K and having it be pretty easy, it can get frustrating. But I just gotta breathe and understand it's not always gonna be like this. 60 minutes of cycling, cross training, and then this will end my first week of the beginning of my half marathon training. I did it! Hello everybody, welcome to a new day. Today is day 1 of my week 2 of half marathon training. I'm into my 17th week since I first started running my couch to 5K. These vlogs are gonna change. Instead of doing a whole month's worth of stuff, because it's starting to get a little repetitive by now. Run, workout, run, workout, run, workout. Same old, same old. I'm probably gonna just start doing second week of the month update, where I update you guys on what a week in my training looks like, what I'm eating, where my weight's at, stuff like that. Only 3 miles today. I've been doing intervals, so I'm kind of breathless that I'm talking and you guys know. So I'll see you guys at my checkup. Only 1 mile left to go. Today's my littlest baby's birthday. He turned 6 today, so we got a big day planned. So I wanted to get my run in my shower out of the way and then go get him a balloon aired up before he wakes up. So I'll see you when I'm walking. My cool down walk, and it's gonna be about a mile and a half, I think, something like that. I did a 5K. I don't know what my paces are, but I did finish the run in 33 minutes. So I'm assuming that that is 11-minute mile. My day is gonna be pretty simple. I just was supposed to do a 3-mile run. I did a 5K. I don't have to do any other exercises or anything today, which is nice because I want to kick back and enjoy my son's birthday, play games with him. I'll see you guys tomorrow when I have to run again. Okay, so I wanted to get on real quick and let you guys know that today I was supposed to run 3 miles, but I just didn't. I just couldn't do it. Yesterday, I gave in and had a piece of my son's cake, and he really wanted me to, and I wasn't gonna break his little heart. And you know, you gotta live in the moment sometimes, but my body did not like it. My body fought the carbs so hardcore that I felt physically sick, like the flu sick. I didn't have a fever, but when I went to bed last night, I had the chills. Like nothing I did was warming me up. I mean, I had my heating pad and my husband, who was like, he's a furnace, and you know, lots of blankets, and I couldn't get warm, and I just laid in bed forever and just shivered. And it was like the weirdest thing. I've had carb sickness before. Like I've been on keto for so long that my body understands what it likes and what makes it feel good. So when I go off of that, it's become a lot more vocal than it used to. It used to be when I was first on keto that if I cheated or whatever, you know, I would go to feeling icky because, you know, obviously I'm eating crap food again. So you get used to eating healthier and you get used to your body feeling great. So then when you go back to eating the bad stuff, you feel it more, right? I just feel like as the years have went by and I've been on keto more and more, I feel like when I cheat off of my diet, the consequences are a lot more extreme. I set my alarm. My plan was to run the 3 miles today, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I felt miserable, and you know, I'm gonna do this half marathon training. I am gonna get up to a half marathon, but part of that process is knowing when to listen to your body, and I'm gonna listen to my body. Tomorrow, I'm still gonna do my planks because I was supposed to run
for 3 miles, and then I'm supposed to do a cycle of planks. I'm still going to do my planks today. I just didn't do the 3 mile run, and I'm not too worried about it. I'll be okay. Drinking plenty of water today, and I'm feeling a lot better. So I really feel like this is what I needed. I don't run tomorrow, but I do have a 30-minute cross train, and so then I'll do that.
I'm feeling so much better, guys. I'm so glad I took that one rest day. So I'm out here, and I'm feeling better than I have all of the last like 2 weeks. So sometimes you just need to take a minute, recharge, regroup, and re-go. So 5 miles today. Let's go for it. 1 mile left to go. I'm really trying to ignore some serious hip pain that's starting, guys. It has been gradually increasing over time. I've slowed my pace down quite a bit. I don't want to walk if I can help it. If I give into my mindset, it'll be hard to get it back. So, but I'm slowing my pace way down. It was a little bit easier today than it has been the last 2 weeks, but it was still hard. My hips are hurting. I'm gonna have to add some like hip stretches and hip exercises, because now that I'm cross training with bicycling, I'm starting to ache in my hip muscles, which is new for me. I think I had a little bit of a hip ache once when I was running, but that was because I overextended in a stretch.
Okay, I wanted to get on here for a minute and kind of chat with you guys. I remember talking with you earlier about how I was getting frustrated because I didn't understand why the run was being so hard and why my legs were hurting and stuff, and that, you know, I should be doing better than this, and in my training, and how frustrated I was. And then I got home and I turned off my workout. My phone started pinging at me and I was like, okay, what? So I looked at it and I had gotten a reward for my fastest 5K. I'm like, what? So then I paid attention to my splits and everything for the day, and come to find out the reason why I was hurting so much was because I was running so much faster than I've ever run in my pace times. My pace never got under like 10:50, I believe it was my slowest time, until there towards the end in my last check-in, and I told you guys that I really needed to slow my pace down, and I did. And honestly, I felt like I was crawling by that point, and I was running faster than what I normally run, but it didn't feel like I was going that fast. I think that's what my muscles and my breathing and everything were trying to tell me. And my time was only 54. I ran that 5 miles in 54 minutes. If I would have kept up with that pace, ran a full 10K, I probably would have done it in like an hour and 4 minutes. So that's really good. So anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.